Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I do want to bring y'all one clip today. This is going to be a short video, and I'm going to ask you a couple questions as well before I get into the video. Do you know who Tim Pool is? And second, do you prefer short form videos or long form videos? A lot of times I do my videos and they'll be 4 or 5 minutes. And then sometimes I do my videos and they're 20, 30 minutes at least. Because a lot of times I'll talk about more than one topic. What do y'all prefer as my listeners? If you let me know in the comment section, we'll try to mix it up a little bit, do it both ways, see if get better interaction, maybe with some shorter videos as well, like this one here we're fixing to do. This is a 3-minute clip of Tim Pool on Fox News discussing Mark Zuckerberg and the whole situation with Mark Zuckerberg coming hat in hand lately. He actually was on Joe Rogan podcast yesterday, and that's what Tim Pool is commentating about here on Jesse Waters' show. It's kind of strange how Mark Zuckerberg gives Trump $1 million for his inauguration fund. He goes down to Mar-a-Lago. He makes a 5-minute statement saying he's going to change Instagram, Thread, and Facebook's algorithm to where they're not censoring political speech anymore. He's going to fire all his fact checkers in California, move to Texas, hire Dana White, and go to a more conservative outlook because he wants to be on the winning team. Now, we all know the backstory of Mr. Zuckerberg. How he helped steal the 2020 election with the amount of money he put in, and which allowed drop boxes to be put in. Legislation got changed, and he even hired lawyers to help fight anybody that had any resistance to this new election, COVID election rules, which actually made the difference of the whole 2,000 mule drop box scandal situation to be allowable to happen. He helped orchestrate it. And so many other things like censoring the laptop, censoring the conversation about the laptop for the election. Mark Zuckerberg done probably a dozen things to shit on the American people, including Trump's ability to get the job in a fair kind of way, with people just choosing their leader by voting without all this swayed influence. He did kind of set a precedence, though, because now we can have people like Elon Musk. Well, they've always had people like George Soros and Mark Zuckerberg help finance the Democrat Party. There's always some millionaire, billionaire always willing to bankroll the Democrats, and now we've got a few on our side as well. Instead of us having a George Soros on our side, we've got an Elon Musk on our side, and several more that are now coming on board with the new agenda, including Mr. Mark Zuckerberg. I do not like Mark Zuckerberg. I cannot stand the man. I think he's a criminal. I think he is now wants to be on the winning team, so he's got to change his ways. Otherwise, he's probably going to continue to lose money on his sites due to the fact that Facebook and Threads and Instagram are basically just I don't even know how to. I don't have a right word for them, but they're a crappy place to go find information. I'll just put it at that. Now let's go ahead and get into Tim Pool discussing this. Tell me what you think about Mark Zuckerberg in the comment section down below. That'd be great. I can't use the words here on this channel that I'd like to convey about how I really feel about Mr. Zuckerberg. So I just leave it up to y'all's imagination, but I cannot stand the guy, and I don't trust him a bit. And Tim Pool calls him out a little bit. Here we go.
Are you buying the Zuckerberg transition?
I'm buying that he's a fair weather friend and that this is the path of least resistance. But hey, look, we're happy Trump won. So I'll take the power if he's shifting in this direction. But I think when you look at the Joe Rogan podcast, and he talks about, oh, they're yelling at us and they're forcing us to do these things. This only scratches the surface. Facebook built a portal for feds to log in to their company so they could flag misinformation. It has long been known, over a decade, that the federal government, the FBI, the CIA, I think the NSA, had backdoor access to Facebook as well as many other companies. So when Zuckerberg comes out and he's all, oh man, they were yelling at us and putting this pressure, we had no choice to do it. You're only saying that now because the news and the information got leaked over a long and hard-fought battle where activists, real journalists, were exposing them for having done this. Now they're giving us the light vanilla version of, they were just having us censor this COVID stuff. No, let me ask you a question, Mark Zuckerberg. Eric Ciaramella, do you remember that name?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the guys involved in whistleblowing on Donald Trump for the false impeachment against him related to Ukraine. And there was a period where if you went on Facebook and typed that name in any context, they would delete it without notification, no warning, no rule violation. That is extreme censorship, because covering up that name hid a news story of historical significance. We can talk about the laptop. That affected an election, massively important.
And then Joe ended up pardoning his son for the laptop that was real that you got censored for talking about.
Yep.
When Joe Biden says, I could have won, how do you react to that?
What was he underwater, like 14 points in the internal polling?
They didn't show him that poll.
It's really remarkable and scary, though. If you're a Democrat, who do they have? They don't have anybody. They've been desperate to ice out anybody who could compete with their established order.
And they don't have Newsom anymore. Is Newsom salvageable at this point?
When that video came out and Newsom was asked by Anderson Cooper, where's the water? And he said, they're figuring it out. That said right there, Newsom said, I am the governor and I have no idea what's going on in my state.
That picture of him with his hands in his back pockets staring at the fire, he's toast.
The fire stuff hits me really personally. I have a lot of friends deeply affected by it, and I don't want to sound crass. I see these natural disasters happen in the country, the hurricanes, and I feel for these people. And this may sound a little selfish, but when I have family and friends that are living in those hills, and I don't know if they're alive or dead, it hits me twice as hard. And I know it shouldn't, but it is personal. So I get really offended by the callousness and the apathy coming from the government there.
Yeah, we need a federal takeover of California. They're just not equipped to handle this. And we got the Olympics right around the corner. And you know I'm a big Olympics guy, Tim. So we can't have this happening on my watch.
I hear you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Click.
Can they handle the Olympics in California? Do they have the ability to manage such an event? I don't know. It's hard to say at this point. The level of incompetence in California, I thought it was bad just from the few little things we see here and there about Gavin Newsom and his inabilities. But it goes all the way down the chain. The incompetence level starts at the top from the governor, and everybody that works for him are all DEI hires that obviously don't know how to do their job or don't care to do their job. This is crazy. We've got empty reservoirs. We've got diverted dams behind fish. I think it was more about preserving water rights for certain people, probably the growers of certain things, including the vineyards. That's why they diverted the water. Probably not for the fish, but that's a whole other story. But so many mistakes in California, from the homelessness to the lack of ability to handle their own problems, to can't get water from a fire hydrant. Come on, man. I believe Tim Pool is right when he says he's toast. This is the end of Gavin Newsom's career. I don't believe that Gavin Newsom will be getting reelected, and a very good possibility that there will be a recall election to get rid of his ass pretty quick, just because of they've been caught with their pants down once again, spending money on things they were supposed to be fixing, and they didn't fix them. They had plenty of money to change this whole system and to fix their infrastructure in such a way that they had access to water throughout the entire state, and they just didn't do it. 2017, the money showed up, got the grant, pocketed the money. That's what's really going on, folks. That's what I got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed. May bring you another video later on this evening. Over and out.